Hey, it's 11:46 in the morning, and once again I'm in this doggone car traveling somewhere else. So while I'm traveling, I just said, "Hey, let me get on and just have a simple conversation about things I've been thinking about." One of the things I've been thinking about, oh, by the way, my name is Mark Chinema. I'm the founder of knapsack.com, nap-sacdk.com. Go support it. If you can, join, donate, because I really am against Facebook and their censorship, and my website is the closest alternative to Facebook. And with your help, I feel like we can really make a difference, allow people to really express themselves without being censored because maybe you speak out against one party. So please support me. I could really use the help. And hey, let's make a difference. Okay, so I've been doing some thinking, and I'm trying to think about oppression and systemic racism. So a lot of my friends, especially on the black side, are mad at me. Some have blocked me from Facebook. Facebook has blocked me for like 30 days because I talk about these things. And right now, I've lost a lot of friends because I refuse to sit down and play the same old games of the white man is holding me back and white privilege. So the reason why I want to talk about this is because I was listening to Oprah Winfrey talk about white privilege and how a person's white skin gives them a better advantage than the person with black skin. Now, excuse my language, but I like to call out bullshit because Oprah Winfrey is a successful black woman. Not only successful, she's a billionaire. And became a billionaire in a country where she says the person's skin color is holding back another race. Now, during Jim Crow era, oppression and systemic racism was real. And yes, and even in the 70s and the 80s, a person's skin color was determined in some job interviews and things like that, getting an apartment, especially stereotyping. Blacks were stereotyped in the worst way, probably. But especially during Jim Crow, blacks dealt with real oppression, real systemic racism. But I didn't see that holding back. In fact, there were even black millionaires during Jim Crow times. So when I see 2020 and I see Oprah Winfrey and LeBron James is another story. I mean, okay, but anyway, Oprah Winfrey, Cardi B, all these other. I watched a black actor get on the stage and say that thank you, President Trump, for oppressing my people. What? It has to be a joke. So it makes me upset because blacks are not being oppressed at this time. Are there racist people out there? Yes. And I'm here to say there's racist people on both sides. Joe Biden has a lady named Simone Sanders on his team. She bailed on Bernie Sanders to jump on Biden because she just needs to get in there. And she is one of the most racist black women you could ever meet. She's a hardcore racist towards whites, but she'll play the game because she needs to be in there. She's a fake, a phony, and she's a race hustler. She's a hardcore race hustler. And this country will never evolve from racism when the race hustlers keep peddling, excuse my language once again, bullshit to the American people. This country is the least racist country. We're just the most obsessed with race and racism. And I got that from a woman who got that from somebody, but it makes sense. And I continue to say to this day, we are the least racist country, but the most obsessed with race and racism. So Oprah Winfrey got me upset with that because she's sitting here in her mansion, talking about white privilege. I know some white people. I'm driving through a city right now called Stark, and I know some white people that for some reason their white skin has not given them the privilege that they feel they deserve. Not even down to the racist ones. The racist ones don't even have that privilege. So we need to stop educating our children with this junk about white privilege, racism, oppression, because our children grow up and then they believe this stuff. And to hear a 16-year-old child say, I hate white people, is appalling. Now we get this group, Black Lives Matter, which, I'm sorry, but Black Lives Matter has been hijacked by a group, Act Blue, which is run by whites, of course. And every dime that they get through donations, it goes to other candidates. It don't go to other blacks or black organizations or black communities. It doesn't. Not 1 cent. Jesus Christ, not even a cent. It all goes to other candidates who then sit down and they say the usual, black people, we got your back. We gonna be there for you. I watch this and it sickens me. It sickens me. Kim Klacik went on The View, and to watch how they treated her, they would jump all over Biden like he's a saint, like he's a god. And Biden has made black lives worse. Biden has said some cruel things about black people. But you know, those same black people that I'm for racial justice and everything, they forget that. They'll go back to Trump because Trump didn't want to rent apartments to Section 8, which most blacks don't want to rent apartments to Section 8. And they'll call him a racist. But Joe Biden, who has said some racist things, who has done some racist things, all of a sudden that just went out the window. So see, stuff like that should tell black America that the Democrats do not have your back. What they care about are votes and power. Votes, power, and money. That's all they care about. They care about nothing else. They don't care about your life. They don't care about your plight. They don't care at all. All they care about is how many votes they'll get from you, how much money they will get, and how much power will they get. That's it. That's all they care about. They got another one named Alyssa Milano. I mean, for crying out loud, I have the stupidity coming from these Z-list Hollywood actors and actresses who think that they know what's best for black people. Never lived a life in a black person's shoe, but have a lot to say on what's right for black people. You know what's right for black people? To stop depending on the government. To get up, take that initiative, hard drive, educate your children, make sure they get the right education. Tell them to pull their pants up. Get out of these gangs. Respect your elders. Go out there and show the world that you can become something. I grew up, I didn't listen to all that. I thought anything that happened to me, my downfalls, I blamed it on the white person. White people always doing this to us, blah, blah, blah. Now, mind you, all of it was my fault. Children, having children, child support, which that's another thing that needs to change is the child support law. But I digress. Child support, not being in your children's lives as much, taking advantage of other people. And then when it all hits me in the face, it's the white man's fault. No, it's my fault. Because I was lucky to have both of my parents, my mother and father, and they both taught me well. So I was always a respectful person. I just did dumb things. So you learn from those mistakes and then you can evolve. And I've learned from all of my mistakes, all of them. I just learned from all of them. And I evolved as a person. And from that point on, I decided to start doing videos like this and really express myself because I felt like this is the right time to do it. This is the best opportunity for me to go out and really tell my story and also to help make a difference in somebody's life. Even if it's one person that I can help, it would be the greatest accomplishment of my life. So this is why I do these videos, and I'm really proud and not afraid to get to get the backlash from others. So Kim Klacik has a video out. It's a second ad. It's really great. I mean, it's really great. And she talks about a plan. See, most black politicians don't talk about a plan. They just say what you want to hear. The white man is doing this to you, and if you vote for me, I'm going to stop him. Like Maxine Waters, probably one of the worst politician in American history. Maxine Waters has done some illegal, shady stuff, made a lot of money, bought herself a nice mansion, and her community has not seen any improvement. She hasn't done anything for her community, hasn't fought for anybody. All she just does is enrich herself. She's a disgrace, a sham, and when black people finally wake up and realize that they're being played and they're tired of it, that's when you're gonna see real change. So Kim Klacik put out this video, and in this video, she actually talks about a plan on how to invest in the black community. And the plan is excellent. I mean, she's putting it out there. She's not afraid. And she walks through the streets of Baltimore, and the streets of Baltimore looks like crap. And she shows it. It's 2020, and the place looked like a war zone. So somebody help me understand, how does the Democrat Party, who's been running Baltimore for over 50 years, continue to see a decline in growth in the black community, but see an increase in poverty and homicide and shootings and prison? And I mean, somebody help me understand what's really going on here. So see, stuff like this sits on my mind, and it baffles me. It baffles me that we continue to support people that does not have our best interests at heart. Al Sharpton, I don't even call him a reverend. He's just Al Sharpton, a con man who is conning black America. Al Sharpton will sit here. Everything he talks about is always racist, race this, race that. Al Sharpton will go into Chicago, stand on a little street corner, does this video as if he's there, and he talks about racism. He doesn't talk about the young black kids that's joining gangs, being forced into gangs by other black kids, the shootings, the poverty that's in those black communities. He doesn't talk about those things. You know why he won't talk about it? Because if he woke black people up, he wouldn't have a job. Who's going to want to listen to Al Sharpton? When we once again gone back to investing in ourselves, how's Al Sharpton going to make his millions? So we need to realize that these people are scam artists. They're race hustlers. They're race baiters. Simone Sanders, all of them. Please, if anything, I don't know how many people are going to view this video, but if anything, stay away from Simone Sanders. This lady is a hardcore racist towards whites. And to me, we're never going to evolve. I love my black people, but I love Hispanics. I love whites. I love Asians. I love Native Americans. I don't care who you are. Because at the end of the day, somebody's going to be an asshole, they're going to be an asshole. It's just that simple. But I love everybody. I don't care. We all live on this one planet, and we're not going anywhere. More black children will grow, more this and that. So we either have to learn to get along and respect each other's race, but respect each other as people. We're either going to do that, or we are going to fail as a people. And I mean all people. All people. So sorry, this is just me jumbling about everything, because I think about so many stuff and I just want to splurt it out. You know, my dislike of Black Lives Matter, the Democrat Party that has ruined black lives more than anything. They have not improved it at all. And all we do is stay voting Democrat, and all we get is every 4 years, the white man is getting us, black people, I got your back. And then when the 4 years come, nothing. Even down to Obama did nothing. Nothing. Obama never once even just said, let me do an executive order. It took Trump to do that. The man that they say is a racist. It took this so-called racist to do that. If Trump is a racist, give me some of that racism, because for some reason he's doing a good job for the black community, when the Democrats who say they're against racism haven't done anything. In the many years that we've been voting for them, they've done nothing. And we are so silly, we keep voting them in. And the black Democrats are even worse, because they say they care and they haven't done nothing but enrich themselves, live wealthy. Elijah Cummings, who God rest his soul, was more worried about a $12 million painting in his house when there's people in Baltimore still living in hovels. Look at what a hovel is. And then look at Kim Klasick's video. You will see that I'm not joking. These people live in hovels. They're not doing any better. And when I talk about literacy, I get some blacks will say to me, well, my kids can read. That's great. But this is reality. In this nation, the illiteracy rate for blacks is too high. The high school dropout rate for blacks is too high. And something has to give. Something has to give. We can't always rely on the government, and we can't blame the white man for everything. Man, there's a lot of bugs hitting my car. Jesus, I gotta wash this car. I swear having a white car is terrible. But anyway, so I just wanted to shout this out, because I felt like there's so much that needs to be talked about. I'm heading over to a Black Voices for Trump meeting because I'm going to be voting for Donald Trump this year. I voted for him 2016 because I damn sure didn't want Hillary Clinton in there. And people fail to realize what the Clintons did to the black community. They screwed us over, used us, used black people to uplift the economy, and then that was it. And then we fell on our face, lost everything, and then the Clintons stand there like they were some type of, heroes. And then George Bush and his dumb ass gonna sit there and take the housing crisis as his fault. No, the housing crisis was Bill Clinton's fault because he changed the rules. Him and Andrew Cuomo. Let's not forget, and include Andrew Cuomo in this. They changed the rules so that black people who's making $25,000 a year can purchase a home for $200,000. And they put and then subprime lenders was created through this change in the housing rules so that you could bypass lawyers, all that, because the subprime lenders could take it, fix up the paperwork to whatever they want it to be, present it to the bank, and get you that loan. Only they knew you were going to fail. They knew the black people would fail. But did they care? No. It was to lift the economy up. Bill Clinton could say, look at me, look what I've done for the economy. Bill Clinton screwed us. That's how he ended up with a surplus, thanks to black people. But if I told this to a black person now, you know what I get called? A bootlicker, Uncle Tom, this and that. They don't sit down and do the research. They don't do the research to say, damn, Bill Clinton played us. They played us, and then when it comes to Donald Trump, Donald Trump. No, I'm voting for Donald Trump. I got his back because so far for the black community, he has had our back. Whether you like it or not. Joe Biden, 47 years, he hasn't done anything but make black lives worse. So, okay, I feel a little better getting some of that stuff out, said stuff out of me. That was my rant for the day. I should be back again to do some more ranting or talk about something that I feel is important, that needs to be discussed, and hopefully I'll get more viewership, more following. So if you can subscribe, I've never asked anybody to subscribe before, but since I'm now starting to really post some videos, it would really be nice to get more subscribers to sit down and listen to my videos. Once again, support my website. I really can use the help. It is actually a good website. The censorship will only be based on if you make threats or some type of racist threat or anything like that. But you have the right. If you want to say, hey, I am a racist, you by all means go right ahead. Just remember the consequences you're gonna face, because people on my website, people have the right to attack your views. You can sit down. If I say I like hot dogs and somebody don't like hot dogs, they can tell me, go shove that hot dog up your, you know what? Hey, that's up to you. You can block the person, you whatever. But threats will not be tolerated. However, please, you can use my website as a platform to express yourselves. If you're tired of Republicans, you can express that. If you are a Republican and tired of the Democrats' policies, by all means, state it. Do not be afraid to express yourselves. On that note, you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.